Be vulnerable so people can trust you. This one is inspired by Patrick Lencioni, The 5 Temptations of a CEO. Everybody would agree that trust is important in collaboration, but at the same time also everybody would agree that it's very difficult to create. There are no linear ways. You can't go there, talk to everybody and say, let there be trust. That's not really going to help you. So what can help you instead? What ways of thinking about trust? Well, think first of all, how come that you trust other people? What happens when you trust other people? And especially when you rely on that trust. It usually has to do with the fact that these other people can harm you. If other people cannot harm you, there's no need for trust. If there is trust or no trust, it doesn't make a difference. If they can harm you, so therefore you are vulnerable, then you trust them not to do that. Let's be clear, it doesn't mean that you won't find out, but it means that you cannot prevent it. And therefore you trust them that although you can't prevent it, they will not do that, they will not harm you. And so being vulnerable is a prerequisite for having trust and relying on trust to other people. And being trustful to other people makes you also trustworthy in the eyes of other people. Now, how does that play out? Let me give you an example. I have a customer where we had in front of a large group of people, this is a senior manager, in front of a large group of people, this person sat down and had a question and answer session, and this person really started picking up questions from the audience, and sometimes he had an answer ready and sometimes he didn't, and he let the audience participate in his reasoning, in his thinking, and say, this is an interesting question, I've never asked myself, now let's see, and started thinking about these things. And it had a fundamental effect on the audience, and I didn't understand that. I asked why. It's just, it's happening, it's quite normal. And they said, no, the thing is that this is not normal. Usually that senior manager walks into any conversation, any meeting, with everything well prepared, perfect statements, every aspect thought through, and so all his response, all his interaction was always perfect. And that perfection made him not vulnerable because he already had everything in hand, he had already everything under control. And at the same time, it created a distance to the people. And so they told me, now for the first time, I had this impression that he would let us get close to him, that he would show a human side and show himself vulnerable. He didn't have all the answers ready. And that one event, and of course the person then got feedback and started doing that more often, but that created a whole different relationship, and as a consequence, a whole different level of trust.